So welcome to the evening session. Really looking forward to it. We're going to be doing some market phase analysis. I'm going to tell you the rules and then you're going to talk to me about the structure of the market. Now, this is extremely powerful for those that want to learn, want to become better at mastering the structure of the markets and understanding what phase the market's in and which direction they're planning to take the trade. So we'll move this to the side. Oh, no, we won't. We'll move this back to the side. We'll go to a different chart. Okay, so this is how it works. We're going to be looking at the market structure, and it's this simple. I want you to tell me if the market structure is up, if the market structure is down, if the market structure is moving sideways. Secondly, I want you to tell me if the market is in a push phase, either to the upside or to the downside. And I want you to tell me whether we're looking for a pullback or we're looking for a continuation. Now, I'm not just going to let you off the hook like that. It's not going to be as simple as this, but this is the foundation starting off. We're going to work from left to right, and you're going to read the market structure for me and tell me what you're looking for at each stage in the market to the conclusion that you get to at the end as to what you're looking for and why. Okay, it's going to be an epic session. This is going to help you so much, and hopefully when you come off the charts today, you'll be able to go to your charts and read them simple. The aim of the game is just to get market structure down to a T, and then the rest is just process and executing. Okay, dear Mobster, what's going on? All right, so let's take the first person. Let me allow you to unmute yourselves. Let's take Paulina first because she was the one who was supposed to do the session today. So we'll start with you. Let's get your market structure we can work with. Oh, might help if I go on a 4 hour. Let me just read this myself. Okay, fine. So Paulina, are you here?
Hi, yeah, I'm here.
Very good, okay. So I'm going to use this tool, and I want you to start from this market structure here, please.
Okay, so the market structure has pushed up and broke the structure.
We are looking for what at this point?
We are looking for exhaustion, but we can see that it made a double top and pushed down, but then broke the structure to the downside. The market broke the structure to the downside again. Okay,
so as I said, it's not going to be as simple as that.
Okay.
All right. So the market, let me give you an example, everyone.
Okay.
This will help first to get us going, okay? So let's read this market structure. At this point in time in this market structure, what we can see is price has made almost a double bottom of this structure. Not almost, has done. It's broken the previous high, making a new higher high of this structure. This is indicating bullish pressure, meaning we're looking for buys at this stage in the market. Price then exhausts back into a structural level in the market where price has reacted to before. At this stage in the market, we are still buy bias. The market then attempted to push up and failed for a long period of time, meaning the market started to move sideways. Eventually, the bears came into the market, indicated bearish pressure, meaning that we're potentially looking for sells if price comes back for a retest. Once price started to push back up, back into a major level in the market, we can see that we had a breakout of this structure and then a strong bearish pushback to the downside. However, when we look at this structure, after the push to the downside, we can see price never broke the major level. So once price pushes up, we have a higher high. Within the consolidation, we can continue to look for buys. We have a higher high of this structure and a pullback, making a higher high, higher low of this previous structure, indicating continued buys. We have a break of the previous structure, making a higher high, meaning we're looking for continued buys. At this stage in the market, this looks like we're looking for buys. However, in the attempt to look for a buyer, we can see that price went down, indicating bearish pressure, and this caused a break back into structure with this candle here and a reaction from this major level. If I'm looking at the market like this, then I'm saying to myself, there's no tradable opportunities. I'm just waiting patiently for price to break either to the upside or to the downside. We finally had a strong break, close below structure. Price pulled back to make a lower high of this structure, and we had a bearish push to the downside. We're still looking for sells. This is a market gap on Sunday. We had a pullback. We have a nice area in the market where price is creating a lower high of the previous structure. So this is for a 12 hours worth of information. We can sell here. Now, once price pushes down and fails to make a lower low, what we're looking to see is how price is going to come back to the previous lower high to make a double top. Price smashed through this level, indicating bullish pressure. So we're now looking for buys. We have an area here in the market where price reacted to, and price came back down for a double bottom, meaning we can buy here. Price then attempted to push up, failing to make a higher high, indicating bearish pressure on the market. And we can see this bearish pressure with this candle. So at this point in time, we can look for sells. We have price in the consolidation where price was doing nothing, and then finally we had a strong bearish break to the downside. So we can continue to look for sells. We're looking for a push and an exhaustion. At this area in the market where price starts to give us the first 4 hour candle worth of rejection, we can look for sells. But the minute we get price breaking above structure, we now need to be mindful of bullish pressure. Now, there was no buying opportunities here, but we've had a strong push to the upside, indicating a buy structure. We've had a pullback here, indicating price is failing to break below. And this potentially indicates a buying opportunity. You're not buying here. You're waiting for price to come back to this level to indicate a double bottom, or you're looking for a higher low up at these levels here. In the attempt to push up, we had strong bearish pressure. So we're looking for price just to come back to bounce off of this level to go up. A nice false breakout, break back into structure, meaning we're still looking for buys on this market structure. This almost is classed as an indecision. Price pushed up. We have an area in here on the market where price reacted to for 12 hours. I don't know if we would have got a buy, but we still continue to push up. Now, price is indicating to us that it's failing to break the previous high. We've had market structure leave this area, come back for a double top. We're now in a sell buy structure. We've had a nice push to the downside, an exhaustion, a lower high formation, meaning we can sell here. We had a nice push to the downside. We have another exhaustion on the market where prices indicate potential sell opportunities that we could look for. Unfortunately, price failed to make a lower low and started to consolidate. This break to the upside is signifying some sort of bullshit news. So we're staying out of the market. We're allowing the market to correct. Okay. After this, we allow for the correction of the market. We wait for price to indicate the pressure in the market, which is sell. We're not selling here. We're waiting for the market to come back for sells. And then as you can see, we never made lower lows. So we're not doing anything after this first sell opportunity here. And then all we're waiting for is a break above, a break below. And once we have that information, a pullback, lower high formation, sells, pullback, lower high formation, sells, pullback, lower high formation, sells. This market structure is a sell buy structure. It's in a push phase. So we're now looking for a pullback for a double top or for potential lower high and a continuation until this market structure is violated, indicating bullish pressure. Now, I don't expect you all to go that deep, but just get the gist of what we're trying to do and why we come to the conclusion where we've come to at this stage. Under normal circumstances, we'll be looking at the market structure like this. So this is as quick as we're going to do it. We have a structural low. We have a break of previous structure. We have a higher high indicating we're looking for buy opportunities. Price is failing to break the structure high, so we're still buy bias. At this stage, price is now broken the structure, meaning we're sell buy, so we're looking for lower highs, lower highs. Once we're consolidating, we're waiting for a break below, break above, looking for obviously a change in direction. This was news inflicted, so we stay out of the market to the correction. Price pull down, pull back. This is a first sign of potential bear pressure. We have a lower low of the structure, a pullback for a double top, sell opportunity. Once price is failing to break this structure, then we will need a break below, close, break above, close. And then once we get this price indicate, we pull back for continuation, lower high, continuation, lower high, continuation, lower high, continuation, until market structure violates previous structure to the upside, indicating a potential reversal in the market. Okay? Paulina, you got this?
Yeah, sure.
So let me do it simpler then. Okay, so read the structure to me, please, from left.
Okay, so we had a price making double top
Correct.
where you made a line, and then the price pushed to the downside. You
Indicating what pressure.
violated the previous structure, so I would be still sell bias at this point because that would have looked at me like a pullback.
Correct.
However, then we have price breaking back into the structure and then breaking above the structure completely. Then we can see a retest and making a higher low.
Wait.
Yes,
Wait.
higher low of.
Pulling up.
Yeah,
Listen.
yeah.
We had a break back into structure.
Yeah.
Break out of structure, indicating what pressure?
Bullish pressure.
You're now looking for what?
For buys. I'm looking for buys and a retest before I would consider buys.
Right. What kind of structure are you looking for buy opportunities now that you have bullish pressure?
I'm looking for double bottom, which is above. So I'm looking for the price to pull away, which it has done,
Correct.
and then come back either for double bottom or higher low.
Perfect. That's what I want to hear. Okay.
Yeah.
How many hours worth of information here?
We've got 16 hours worth of information of rejection. However, that candle in the middle would have confused me a little bit, but the other one is indicating to me that we are buy bias.
Correct.
Okay. So then we are getting strong push above, we're making higher high.
Correct.
We are getting the exhaustion phase, which is making a higher low, and then another push to the upside, which fails to break above that structure. So here I would consider selling if I saw that.
Would you?
I would, but I would wait for another 4-hour confirmation, which I didn't get.
Correct.
And then we can see probably news inflicted bearish candle.
Yep.
And then correction to the upside. The correction to the upside has violated previous structure, making higher high. And at this point, I would be buy bias.
You would? So after this news inflicted?
Yeah, then I could see that the correction, which is also news inflicted, maybe, I don't know. I see push to the upside. I see violation of previous structure, making higher high, and I can see wicks coming from the downside.
Indicate what pressure?
Bullish pressure to me.
From the upside or
from the downside? From the downside. So I'm looking at the two candles, this, yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you something, okay?
Okay.
Just we saw on oil just a minute ago. If this is news inflicted, okay, looking at the structure of the market like this, that's been affected by news. At this stage in time, what are you going to want price action to do?
Correct itself.
And create what?
And create either
new
low high or new structure, is that?
Correct. So we're at this moment in time, we're looking at the market and we're currently looking for, after this, we're looking for new structure to form, to start indicating where the pressure was coming from, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let's reset now. Everything has been perfect up till now. Okay. Let's create new structure.
So then we have a gap in the market.
Correct.
And I can see, I find gaps quite difficult. I always get confused. I can see that the price has made well, lower low.
Okay, so it's not a lower high yet. Okay, this is price attempting to push up to fill the gap, but what pressure are you getting in the market?
Yeah, so then the price, we can see, actually, we can see 16 hours worth of information of rejecting that top level. So we can see that the bears tried to push up into the gap, but they couldn't. So so I would be actually biased on this. Then we can see that the price pushed down and made a lower low. And at this point in time, I probably would be sell bias.
Correct. Well done.
Then the price has made a lower high, and I would still be sell bias, but I would be concerned about the wicks coming from the downside.
Well done.
And then we can see that the price has pushed up and violated our lower high and previous high.
Correct.
So we can see strong bear pressure in the market.
Mm.
However, then to be completely honest, I could see that the price is aligning with the gap in the market and it's not breaking it. So if you put the line a little bit higher, yeah, I would kind of, oh, sorry, my alarm went off. I would be a little bit concerned about this.
Okay.
And
I want you to just focus a second.
yeah,
We spoke about this being news inflicted.
yeah,
You're looking for a new creation of structure. You've
yeah,
identified the bearish pressure. You've identified the bearish pressure. You've identified a potential lower high, indicating now strong bullish pressure.
yeah.
Continue with that theme.
Okay, that's fine. Then we get in bullish pressure to the upside.
Correct.
However, they are failing to break above any further up because we can see
Focus. This is now your new
high.
right. So it doesn't need to break above just yet. You still need to wait for a what?
I'm waiting for exhaustion.
Correct.
And then potential buys.
Correct.
I can see double bottom in that market with that wick, and I would be buy bias.
Correct.
However, then we don't get that, and the price is pushing downwards.
Failing to make a new
higher high, failing to make
a potential
lower high.
Correct. Continue.
Yeah, and then we see bearish pressure to the downside, violating previous structure.
Very good.
And we're looking for exhaustion and then potential buys. Sells. Sorry.
Fine. Let's continue.
Then the price is failing to make a new lower low.
Correct.
And we can see that is ranging and stalling a little bit. So we're waiting for a clean break above or under the structure.
Very good.
We get a clean break under the structure. And so it's indicating bearish pressure. And the bearish push is quite strong. We're looking for exhaustion and sells.
Beautiful.
So in this instance, when there is such a strong bearish push to the downside, I'd wait for the price to correct itself to the main level or make a high. Okay, in this case, it made a lower high, and then we had sell opportunities to the downside. We had a strong bearish movement, then we had another exhaustion, strong bearish movement, but it failed to create a new lower low, and the price is ranging again. Here, the price finally broke previous structure, and now to me, it came for a little retest, and I would sell here.
Correct. Very good. So just to clear that up for everybody that's new, we're not looking to sell here immediately, but based on the market phase, we are looking for sells, okay? So very well done. Now, you see, once we stay consistent with the market flow and the strategy we're using, look how many opportunities you get just reading the market. Now, I know it's easier said than done, but once you practice this often and often, what you'll find is when you come to the markets, you will just start to read them and say to yourself, well, yeah, this was a previous structured level. Price was failing to break below and above, meaning this is a strong consolidation. You're waiting for a clean break below or above. Once you get that, you can now look for a pullback, lower high. If you're not selling here, who cares? You're just waiting for price to pull back, give you a lower high, lower high, lower high, until price starts to violate structure again. And once you keep on that theme, I'm telling you, your trading is going to change. Okay?
Can I just add that since I started trading with you, the price action and the structure actually works that way. So if you miss selling or buying opportunity, it will come back to you. And if it doesn't move on to another pair.
Exactly.
That's to anyone who's new, because at first I was chasing and that chase made me lose money. Now I don't lose as much money at all.
But that's because you've understood how to obviously read the market and how to trade the market structure. So now you have faith that there's going to be trading opportunities at all times, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Every day, if you really, really want to. And sometimes there aren't any, and that's absolutely fine, because the day after you may have 3 that will be excellent, and that's fine.
Yep. Very good. Thank you, Paulina. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, so Shelley,
Hi.
Hello,
All right.
how are you? You okay?
Yes, I am. Remember, I'm fresh as well.
No worries. We appreciate you coming forward. We'll give you something not too hard to work with, okay? So you see me do it, you see Paulina do it. So let's start from here for me, please.
All right. So price is pushing up, and then it created a higher low, push up, higher low,
Here?
right there. Yeah, and then started to consolidate a bit. Then it pushed up.
So price
Yeah,
structure indicating what pressure in the market,
indicating bullish pressure.
correct?
Mm-hmm. And then it exhausted and then created a higher low.
So before we do that, so we have now the consolidation, and this is something for everybody to be mindful of. Once you see the market moving sideways, more often than not, when you get a break above or below, the market will continue in that direction. For how long, we don't know, but more often than not. This is a strong indication of bullish pressure. So we see the market in a push phase, and then we're looking for what at this stage in the market.
We're looking for exhaustion or
Correct.
rejection.
Exhaustion with wicks. So price tries to exhaust, it push up, and then we see what kind of pressure in the market.
So bearish pressure.
Correct. Now, this was the area in the market where price was trapped in. Eventually, price done what?
It broke it,
Indicating
and then
pressure in the market.
indicating bearish pressure, continued bearish pressure.
So at this stage, we're looking for price to do what?
Pull back, create a lower high,
Very good. Continue.
and then it consolidated for a bit, and then it broke out, indicating continued bearish pressure.
Correct.
And now we're looking for a lower high or a double top in that area.
Yeah, lower high. So if the market started creating this 8 hours worth of information, this is a very aggressive entry. This is what we call like a 30 or 50% retracement trade. If this is violated, does that mean we're going to be going straight to buy bias?
No.
No, good, because we're still following the overall structure of this market here, okay? So we saw this happen. If you see this market structure, you're not confident in trading it, everybody, then just wait for a clean pullback, okay? So you have what phase happened?
We have an exhaustion phase, and then we got our rejection,
Yep.
and then market dropped. It broke previous low,
Very good.
yeah, and then it consolidated for a bit.
Correct.
Would it be the third candle right there? Would that be an entry, like a possible entry?
Well, we're not going to go into entries too much, but we have a push. We have the break of structure. So this is still indicating what pressure in the market.
Bearish.
Correct. We've got 8 hours worth of information here indicating that price is obviously failing to push up. If you want to look at this, I will show it to you. I don't want to get distracted here. Okay. We have price pushing down. We have price pulling back. Now, at the moment, this market is in what phase?
It's in the exhaustion phase.
Very good. But at the moment, we still have what pressure in the market?
Bullish.
Until we have price break and close below indicating bearish pressure, we're still waiting patiently, okay?
Okay.
Indicates that we have the bearish pressure in the market. You can now look for price to pull back or give you some sort of wick rejections so that you can look for your sell opportunities, okay? This is in the market, you probably be able to go down to the lower time frames, which is what we use. And this is what we're looking for. Market structure to go from bullish to bearish to create these sort of lower highs. I would have wanted one more wick, but you see how the structure forms, okay? Structure, right? So we're not going to go into too much detail. Oh, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I'll find it, don't worry. I remember what it looks like. Why does it have to do this to me? Oh, I know what to do. No. Okay. Done. I'm coming. I'm sure we can find this.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's not your fault. What? No one can help me, no? I'm sure I didn't go this far back. All right, one more time. If not, we'll have to restart. Nope. We had a push to the upside, we had a break, we had a consolidation, we had a push, we had a pullback, consolidation side by side. All right, never mind, never mind. Let's not waste more time. Let's start this again one more time. Stupid thing. This pair's got bare wicks though, innit?
The message was clear, brother. It doesn't matter anyway.
Cool, no problem. It is actually here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually here. Shame. All right.
All right.
Let's continue. So let's make sure we got this marked. Cool. Okay, all right, let's go.
All right.
So back here again. So we had the exhaustion on the market, the lower high formation, the break of the previous structure low, price failing to break above, and then we have what pressure in the market?
Well, bearish pressure.
Correct. So what are you looking for at this stage?
Looking for sells.
Very good. Let's continue. So we,
All right. So there's a push down.
yeah.
And then there's a push with projections to the bottom. And then would that be considered consolidation as well?
Well, I want you to focus on this for a second, okay?
Sideways market.
So you have the push in the market. More often than not, after a push, we're going to get what?
Exhaustion.
Correct. So when we're looking for exhaustion, we're looking for a push and a clean exhaustion back to structure, okay? Now,
Okay.
we have a push and a huge push to the downside. So we expect a good exhaustion. Now we have price pull back, giving us how many hours worth of information of it failing to break above?
8.
8.
Those two, 8.
Very good. Then price attempts to push down and failed to push down. So then the market moves into a state of almost confusion. So looking for now for a continuation or a reversal.
Okay. And then the market, the market pushed to the upside, indicating bullish pressure.
Correct.
So now we're looking for exhaustion, a pullback, a higher high, a higher low.
Correct.
And then it broke the previous high. It went sideways for a bit, then it broke the high.
Very good.
And then we're looking for exhaustion, which it did, and then it broke it, retested it,
Very
continued bullish pressure.
Correct.
Looking for exhaustion, which it pulled back, and then it went up again.
Very good.
And then it
Failed.
It failed. Is what?
It failed to break the low, failed to push down, so indicating bullish pressure. And then eventually what happened? It started to move
Sideways. And then
if we move like this and just try and account for all these wicks, what happened to price action at this stage? Price done what?
Consolidating.
Wait, this is fine, but this candle here, what happened? Price done what? Broke up,
Oh, it broke out
indicate,
and then bullish pressure.
and then on the next 4-hour candle, it attempted to do what?
It attempted to break the upside, but then it failed. It went bearish pressure came in.
Correct. That's what I'm looking for. And then,
and it broke back in to the zone.
very good. So stop there. So that's very. Now let me show you something. Okay. This is how we're reading the behavior of the 4-hour candle, because with our strategy, we're looking to manipulate the 4-hour candles. Okay. Once we start going down to our lower time frame, what you'll start to see is what forming? Structure. So we went from consolidation to a push to the upside to then a structural high, lower high, potential lower high. Okay. And this is how we trade, but we're only going to trade like this once we understand the behavior of the 4-hour chart. Does this make sense?
It does. It does.
Very good. Very well done. Thank you for putting yourself forward, Shelley.
Thank you.
Keep it up and keep practicing doing this. And I'm telling you, it's going to change the way you see the markets. I think you're a good grasp anyway. So very well done. Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Good, good. The next person we're going to call is Kat.
Hi, Rox.
What's happening? You okay?
I'm good, thank you. I'm struggling with this sometimes, so I thought I'm going to put myself forward for everyone to see.
No, good. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. So let's find you something to work with. Okay. Something a little bit difficult for you.
Thank you.
All right. This is tough. Okay. So let's start with over here, please. Looking at these levels here in the market.
So this looks like prices consolidating and failing to push above. It's consolidating, then it broke to the downside. This is a fake out to the downside, back into structure.
So wait. So before we knew this was a fake out, let's envision, okay, that this candle was happened first.
Yeah.
So what are we looking for price action to do?
So this would indicate to me a strong bullish pressure.
This one?
Bearish pressure, sorry.
Very good. So you are potentially looking for what?
For sales.
You're looking for price to do what now? Definitely sales?
To go back, retest, and potential sales.
Very good. The next 4-hour candle, looking at the 4-hour, didn't give us any indication. It broke back into structure, indicating now what? A
fake out.
Very good. So don't call it a fake out. Tell me the behavior of the fake out.
Yeah, because I wouldn't see it. True.
Okay.
So now I know it's a fake out. Now actually the price is trying to pull to the upside, but it's failing to do so. It might be news or something like that.
Very good.
Back in the structure, and then the following candle actually is closing below, quite strong close below. So I'm looking for sales here. And yeah, so there is consolidating a bit, but it's creating a lower low, higher low.
So remember, when we're selling, it's always L before H for low. And when we're buying, it's always H before L for high. Okay. So this is a what?
This is a lower high.
Very good. So now we may not sell here because we might not have enough evidence, but once price does what?
It broke the previous low, very strong bearish pressure.
Correct.
Exhaustion, bearish pressure, lower high, going down, and then it's that wick indicates a bullish pressure.
No. Yeah, it's indicating a bullish pressure, but this market structure is still what?
They're still to the downside.
So we're looking for what still after this put?
Still for sales.
Right. So this is our previous lower high.
Yeah.
If price comes back to this level, can you look for sales?
Yeah, because that would be a double.
Correct.
Double.
Very good. So once price comes back to this level, if we go down to our lower time frames, oops, let's take a look at this. Get out of here. How far did we go back?
Lost again.
No, we ain't lost it because I got it on the 4 hour. All right, here we go.
Yeah, so Cheeseman.
It is actually. So we have this level here in the market where price came back to a strong level and our signs of rejection. So this is evidence, and then you could potentially look for confirmation here. And this definitely is the cheese man. Okay. So if you have a sell here, sell stop here, stop loss above structure, you probably would have got break even, and then that would have been it for this trade. Okay. But this is how we continue to sell this market. So let's continue. Let's continue. So let's look at the structure. So now we're looking for price to do what once it bounces off this level to make a new what?
To create a lower low.
Very
and
good.
Failing to do so. It's failing to do so. Is actually breaking to the upside, breaking above.
Whoa. So we expect price to make a lower low to indicate continued sell pressure in the market. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we have how many hours here to indicate that it's failing to push below?
8 hours.
Very good. Then price done what?
Broke above.
Okay, indicating what pressure in the market.
Bullish pressure.
And then it came back to do what?
Came back to the structure for double bottom.
Very good. How would we know that? Well, we go down to our lower time frames again.
Yeah.
We'll go over to these levels here in the market. Zoom back in quickly. This may not be your perfect double bottom, but what we're looking at here is how price broke above, indicating bullish pressure out of this sideways moving market, came back to a major level in the market, indicating a double bottom. It's not clear on this one, but we know it's a double bottom of the structure. So that means if price leaves this level, what are we looking for on this market?
For buys.
Very good. So let's continue.
So then the price is creating a higher high.
Very good.
But it's failing to push above.
Wait. So it made a higher high. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And then this level here is failing to push above.
Yeah.
Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, and the Wix is telling me there is a strong bearish pressure.
Very good. So now what do you need to happen?
I need the price to break the previous structure, which it does. And then we have 12 hours of exhaustion and kind of consolidation.
Very good.
Those next 3 candles with big wicks to the top and to the downside are not very helpful.
No. So when the market's doing this, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Very good. So you're now waiting for price to do what?
To break above or below, retest and go up or down.
Very good. So then what happened?
So then we broke to the downside, closed below, and the next candle is quite strong, lower high.
Very good.
To lower high, bullish pressure, exhaustion, bearish, exhaustion. So this is nice structure when price is pushing, exhausting, pushing down.
Yeah.
Although we can see some bullish pressure there because of that wick. But price is actually coming back for double top and is pushing further down.
Yep.
And now we can also see more bullish pressure, consolidation, indecision. So I'm not doing anything. Break downside, break of the previous structure, and break back to the structure. So fake out.
Hold on. Let's do this one more time. Once price breaks the structure, you're looking for what?
For retest and potential sales.
Very good. Once price comes back and fails to retest or make a lower high, and then pushes this strong into structure, breaking previous structure, you're now looking for what?
For reversal, so for buys.
For potential buys. So you're looking for the market to do what? Push, and then?
To create higher low, exhaust. This is double bottom.
And then keep going.
And this is a beautiful structure to just.
Very good.
Run.
Very well done. Very well done, Kat.
Thank you.
So, again, everybody, all it requires is for you just to take that extra minute or 2 in the morning to go to your market, go to the markets and say, well, eventually you'll get to this stage. Eventually say, well, this was clearly up. You might get stuck a bit and say, well, okay, this is an exhaustion. This is potentially a higher low. Fine. So if this is still by bias, what I'm looking for in this market is for price to make a higher high. Okay, this is your previous level. Price failed to make a higher high, so this is now indicating strong sell pressure in this area of the market. Now, price then pushed to the downside, failing to make a lower low. So that indicates that price right now is confused. It's moving sideways. What you're looking for is for price to break above structure to make to indicate bullish pressure, or below, which we did get, but left wicks behind. So we're still in a state of confusion. We continue to read this market structure, but as long as the market is playing in this level, and then what do we create? A consolidation.
Range.
So what are you looking for? You're waiting for price to break strong above or strong below. Okay? And once you get that information, then you can start looking for your pullbacks, your lower highs, and then the whole process continues. Push, exhaustion, looking for price to make a lower high at this stage, fails, pushes up, then it changes again, looking for buys, failing to break above, breaking below, indicating bearish pressure, looking for a double top, looking for a lower low. Okay, so this is what we're doing. Let's move on to the next person. Kat, thank you very much.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you very much. So next person is going to be you guys are talking a lot in here. There's two. Yeah, that's admin. All right, just next person come forward, please. Yeah, Alan, come forward.
Yeah,
What's happening?
everything's great.
Good man, good man. All right, let's find you something difficult. Nah, this pair just too smooth. You see, when we come to the market, right, everyone, and we see the market's been pushing like this for so long, pushing like this for so long. But yesterday we was trapped in a trade trying to sell the market because we thought it was sell bias. And then we continue to sell it because it comes into resistance level. And then you sell it again because you want a double top. And then you sell it again because you see wicks. And then eventually, at the end of the week, you saw that the whole market was going up. You just say, damn, if I just saw the buy, I could have taken the whole thing. This is the reason why this market structure strategy is so powerful, because the market moves up, it moves down, and all we require with our strategy is 1 or 2 days worth of bullish or bearish candles to the downside. And guess what? We have beautiful trends to trade with. And if you look at this structure on the 4 hour, this is why I use the 4 hour. It happens all of the time. Okay? So, it's too easy, man. Alan's a professional at the 4 hour.
I wouldn't call myself that.
All right, let's read this market structure. Pretty difficult. From here, please.
Yeah. Okay, we can see 2 wicks forming there, indicating bullish pressure, market push down.
Bearish pressure.
Bearish pressure, market push down, forming a lower low. Yeah. Okay. We are now expecting the market to push back up, forming a higher, lower high or a double bottom of that previous structure. We are sell bias.
Double top.
Double top. Yeah.
So if we get, and this is why it's important to wait for the first 4 hour candle to close, okay, everyone? One candle is not enough. One candle is a start, then we need price to come back, okay? One candle is enough, but we need price to come back. Okay, so these are not lower highs just yet. Once price starts to continue to push up, as long as we don't violate the previous structure high or structure low, we can look for a what?
For a sell opportunity for a double top.
Very good. So then,
we got that double top with 8 hours worth of information, 2 wicks forming there. Market pushed down, but never broke the lower low, indicating bullish pressure. Sorry, bullish pressure.
So now this is funny that we're doing this. Just want to make something very clear to everybody. If price is in a push phase and pulls back and makes a lower high of the previous low, you're looking for continued sells. If price pulls back to a double top, you are now restarting structure again.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
Yes, because this is potentially a liquidity pullback. Okay?
Okay.
More orders. So you're going to restart the structure again from high and then lower high.
Okay.
Not higher low.
Okay, so we got that high of the double top. Market pushed back down, forming a low with a nice pullback, forming a lower high. 16 hours or 12 hours worth of information indicating that there is still bearish pressure, push to the downside, forming a lower low, breaking previous lows. With 8 hours worth of information, we are expecting a pullback, which we get a retest of that previous low, but it's maybe premature because we only have 1 4-hour candle.
Very good.
Indicating still bullish pressure. So the market pushed back up.
Wait, at this stage, what pressure are we in the market?
We are still sell bias.
Correct.
Yes.
So then, as long as price
is failing to break our previous lower high, but that did not happen. Price broke above it.
So this is what I want to indicate to everybody. This is something that you need to work on as well. When price is pushing and failing to push up, we're still sell bias. This is our previous level. This is when we're going to start to change our bias and look for price closing above this level. At the same time, when you have such a huge wick range, it's worth accounting for these wicks as well, and then just drawing your levels like this to account for an area. Does this make sense?
Okay.
If the wicks are small, okay, like this, okay, it's fine. But when you get huge wicks like this, I would account for the whole area itself. But we're not obviously silly enough to know that we still have a lot of bullish pressure in the market, okay? So let's continue. We have the break and close above this structure.
Yeah.
But we're still getting, continue.
But we're still getting a huge amount of bear pressure.
Correct.
And therefore, we have formed a sideways moving market, 16 hours worth of information.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. We are still in a zone of indecision, so we do not know if the bears will take over or if the bulls will take over. And we are expecting a break above or below with retest and the continuation. We get that break below the consolidation zone right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the slide to retest for maybe advanced entries.
Very good. So hold tight. Very
Yeah.
good. Well recognized, Alan. So let's go down to the 15-minute time frame. Let's take a look at this. So we have here price action breaking the structure. It came back for a retest of this structure. This is a first indication. This is a lower low of this structure. This is a nice pullback, and then potentially you could have got a double top at this level here, where you're looking for a pullback, lower high formation, sell, stop loss above structure, and targets down here. Okay?
Yeah.
But we only picked that up because we know that price broke the structure, indicating
bearish pressure.
Correct. Okay. So let's continue.
Where were we?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So price pushed down, forming a low.
Yeah.
Okay. We are expecting a slight pullback and a continuation, which we did not get because of the strong bullish momentum and bullish pressure breaking back in the structure.
Okay.
Okay. And now we are buy bias because of the enormous bullish pressure and
Are we buy bias yet, or what are we looking
no, not yet. We are still sell bias. Uh, the price made a lower high or a double top. No, I'm a bit confused now.
No, okay, so I'll start you back up again.
Okay.
So we have this double top of the structure, push to the downside, lower high formation, break the previous structure low, lower low formation, indicating continue sell by structure. We have price coming back into the level, breaking above the structure, but we have to take this into account as well. We have sell pressure stepping into the market, a consolidated market, price breaking this level, indicating bearish pressure. We have a retest of the structure, a lower low formation of the structure, price pulling back into this level here, indicating a potential sell opportunity. And then what happens? After this 8 hours worth of information, we have strong sell pressure. And then we potentially may not have sold this level, or we may have, depending on what opportunity we would have got. But immediately after this candle closed, price is indicating bearish pressure, but then failed to make a lower low. And then what happened? We have price indicating bullish pressure and continue.
Price making bullish pressure, breaking slightly above that.
Bullish pressure.
Yeah.
Price failed to do what?
Failed to break higher.
Very good. And it failed to break lower. So now what does the market look like?
Consolidating.
Very good. So now we are waiting for price to do what?
To push either above or below with the retest.
Very good. So does this look like a potential retest area here in the market?
Maybe on a lower time
We're
frame.
not going to get too advanced, but yeah, maybe. Okay. So now once price breaks above, starts to show bearish pressure, but failing and pushing up, we're now what bias on the structure?
We are buy bias on that structure.
Fine. So price pushes up.
Pushes up.
Yeah, this is a huge wick. This is news inflicted. What are you going to do at this stage in time once the news inflicted candle comes into play?
Nothing. We don't count it in our
analysis, right? So
yeah.
what would you do? You've got technicals to your left, news now. What can you wait to happen?
For the market to correct itself and starts forming new structure.
Correct. So now work with the news and tell me what's happening, keeping it simple.
Market is pushing sideways again.
Very good, Alan. And then what happens?
And then we had that push to the downside, indicating bearish pressure.
You think that's news, looking at the range of that candle?
Probably.
Okay, so what are we doing again? We're doing what?
Nothing, waiting for the market to correct itself and starts forming new structure.
Correct. So let's go.
Sideways moving market again.
Very good.
Lots of indecision. Market pushing up, indicating strong bullish pressure, forming a high right there, higher high.
Right.
We got that pullback on low, forming a lower high. We're still buy bias.
Higher low.
Higher low, sorry. We are still buy bias at this point, looking for buy opportunities. We did not get a higher high. We got that double top, but we are not selling. This is just indication of sell bearish pressure.
Very
the
good.
market started again to move sideways until it finally broke down of the consolidation area, indicating bearish pressure, forming a low there. Right, that wick could be a possible entry on the lower time frame. Not get too detailed into that. Forming a lower low, we got our pullback, forming a lower high. We got our continuous push to the downside, forming a lower low, a slight pullback, forming a lower high, a push to the downside, forming a low. Okay, and then we are expecting a pullback, which we do not get because market broke above, indicating bullish pressure, but we got that strong bearish candle, which is probably news inflicted.
So then
we are now waiting again for the market to correct itself and start forming new structure.
Very good, Alan. Very, very good. Very, very good. Well done.
That was a hard pair.
No, it was a hard pair. There's a lot of wicks on here.
Yeah.
Okay, but you've done very well, man. That was a very, and the thing is, with this chart, it was tough because there was wicks everywhere. But notice this, right? If you come to the charts in the morning, it's so easy to say to yourself, when you look at the chart, come to the chart in the morning and say to yourself, actually, let's do it here. No, let's do it here. Okay, so it's easy to come in the morning and say to yourself, well, yeah, this market structure was down, then we had a push, then we had a higher low of the structure, and then price broke the structure, and because this is a big, strong candle, it's time to buy. It doesn't work like that, okay? We need to really understand what price is doing. And until price starts to break, violate, close above structure, retest, and come down, then we're only looking for buyers. If price doesn't do that, and we take into account these wick areas here, this may not be a double top that we sell, but what we're looking for is to see price violate the structure for buys, okay? Only until the previous high is broken, we're still looking for sells on the market. And to wait for those sells, you wait for price to create new structure to take it. What we're trying to do is get into the market when the market is already in its phases of moving, okay? I.e. these phases, okay? These phases. It happens across all the pairs and all the charts, and that's all we're waiting for. When we'll get in them, we don't know, but that's why we have to manage our risk. And that's it really, okay? Let's continue doing this exercise, and let's take a couple more. Who am I asking for? Carlos, right? Yeah, let's go, Carlos.
Do I take control of the screen or?
No. And you thought Alan was doing that. He was so good, huh?
Yeah, I thought he was controlling the screen.
Nah, man. And this is why you know what I'm saying is not made up, because as I'm drawing, okay, I'm following what he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So this chart looks difficult. So it means that we are following true structure, true market structure. Okay. So this is going to be tough. Also, are you feeling confident?
I've only been 4 days into the course, so bear with me, but I think I can manage.
Let's go, Carlos.
Okay. From all the way to left, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right off the bat, I see a bullish candle. Another bullish candle. So far, I have no decision on it. And it's sort of consolidating.
Okay, let me give you a decision. Okay.
Okay, so market is pushing up. So I'm waiting for market to create new structure highs.
Right.
It sort of consolidated for a bit. It broke out. It created another structure high. It came back to retest that previous structure high on that pullback. You notice that?
Yeah.
We also have an opportunity to draw a trend line from those 2 points right there, if you can. No, from the little bottom on the pullback, right there.
Yeah, I can tell you've been here 4 days only. We don't use trend lines.
Yeah, if you can even draw that into the future and it'll still retest. But it came down, market pushed up with a strong bullish candle. It broke a structure high. So far, I'm looking for a pullback, a retrace, and on that same trend line, it retested, which is another opportunity. Price was going up again. It broke that structure high again, and eventually it started pulling back at that top. I would have been looking at the candles, how they're forming. The first two candles were showing wicks, which was possible rejection. Price still pushed up, but eventually managed to pull back all the way to a little bit past the previous structure high. You had a strong bearish candle, little doji, which is where the wicks, if you look at the wicks again, you could have drawn a line at that level. If you drop down to lower time frames, you would have seen that at double top, which is another opportunity to enter.
A double top?
On lower opportunities right there. See those 3 wicks?
This?
Yeah, right there.
Is that a double top?
No, it looks like 3.
A double bottom, if you're calling it that.
Oh, double bottom. I'm so sorry about that.
Okay. All right, fine. So price push down indicating bearish pressure. So what bias are you on this market then if we've got bearish pressure now?
No, overall I'm still my bias is still buy. It's still crazy.
So we might have to skip you and tell you why.
That's fine.
You're still looking at the markets in the same way as you came into the community. Yeah. what you're going to find is that if you try and implement the knowledge that you have now with the strategy that you're learning, you're only going to hinder your growth and progress with it, because we are trading strictly market structure and behavior based on the strategy that I'm teaching. Okay. We're not playing with trend lines. We're not playing with support and resistance. What we're looking at is how to manipulate taking a trade within a 4 hour or 4 hours of candles only.
Oh, okay, I understand.
That's it. So that's why we take trades with such small stop losses and we go break even as soon as possible. Not trying to swing our trades and hold a buy here all the way to here. We're literally just trying to get in and out of the market as soon as possible, okay, based on the behavior of the markets. So this is why I want you to not worry about trend lines, because this trend line will work for you now. And then if price started to move lower, the trend line will move. And if it started to move lower, it will move again. And then eventually, before you know it, this trend line would have moved at 20 different coordinates just to suit everybody's need. Do you understand? One will be here, and then 1 minute will be here, and then 1 minute will be here. So I don't want you to use trend lines. I just want you to read price breaking structure highs, lows, and breaking consolidations, okay? Okay, so if we do this, right, we know this is a strong bullish candle. This is a structural higher high. This is a structural higher low. This is a break of structure, making a higher high. Continue bullish pressure. Price come back to the previous higher low to make a double bottom. We had strong bearish pressure, breaking the previous high, making a higher high, indicating continued bullish pressure in the market. We had a pullback, making a higher low of this structure. We had a push up, break previous structure low, indicating a higher high. We had a pullback here, indicating a potential higher low, but we're looking for a more cleaner pullback. So this is a higher low of this previous structure. Now price up, indicating a strong bearish bullish push to the upside, breaking the previous high, but with a break back in, indicating bearish pressure. Now continue.
Okay, so price is going down. I'm expecting a retest, a pullback, and you could also see that it started consolidating for a little bit.
Very good.
With large candles, started consolidating. It broke out of the consolidation, ended up pulling back to the consolidation for a retest, which was a sell. So it broke out of the bottom, which is my bias is now sell. It retested, and now it's pushing down. At this point, I'm looking for a pullback, which it never made a pullback. Now I'm thinking double top, but it never double topped. It broke out, and then it started consolidating again, right in that area. Yeah, it broke out of that consolidation. It retested, and it continued down, which is now a new sell bias. It continued down. It was breaking structure lows, and at that point, where you drew that X, that's where I would have been expecting a pullback. But it sort of broke that downtrend structure and it started going up, which is now my bias is sell.
Sell?
Yeah, not sell. My bias is buy because it broke that structure. So my bias is buy. I'm waiting for a pullback of a major structure level, most likely the top, because that's where it pulled back, the top of the previous downtrend. But at the top, it started consolidating. And then what I see is that it broke out and it retested at that candle wick. It retested. So my bias would have been sell. Right. I would have been looking for another retest, but it didn't do what I thought it would do. So it broke back into the box and now prices started going up. It eventually broke up from the top and it came down to retest that top breakout. So now my bias is buy. That was an opportunity right there. And then it retested again. It went up, it pulled back, it retested again from those bottom wicks. Sort of to your left. You see that?
Here.
Yeah, it retested right there.
Yeah.
So it's a double bottom, further confirming my buy, my buy bias. It started going up. It broke that structural high right there where you drew that line. Yeah, it broke that structural high. It came down to retest again. It sort of consolidated as well, but mainly what I'm focusing on is that it came down to retest that previous structure high that it broke.
Beautiful.
And it sort of consolidated. I don't know if you can notice that. It consolidated after it broke. It really consolidated. It broke. I broke from the top out of that consolidation, and I don't know if you would count that as that wick. So you see how it broke out from the top from the first candle, and then the second candle sort of wicked.
We're not going to get too advanced.
Mm.
I'm actually surprised about, like, not surprised, very, very impressed by
What?
how you went from trend lines to dojis to all of that riffraff to immediately into market structure analysis and pinpointing where you could have sold but waited for a retest, could have bought but waited for a retest. The way you've grasped this in 4 days is unbelievable.
No, well, I don't want to say like I've been spending one. I've been putting a lot of hours. Like I'm obsessed. I've been obsessed, ridiculously obsessed.
That was impressive. How you just switched from all that trend line shit to market structure.
No, I can do it.
Want to say one thing
Yes, please, anything.
before we get
Anything.
too advanced here. Once we start to see wicks, as much as we want to now say where we could have bought and sold.
Okay.
We see this in true life. What are we gonna do?
I'd stay out of it.
Good.
I'd stay out of it.
Good. So that's just the simple answer for everybody that's looking. Okay. If it's messy, skip it. Move on to the next part. Okay.
Wicks really scare me. I see wicks and it just no, absolutely not.
Very good. So we could have got technical because we know the market went up, or we could have said, well, yeah, it's broken the structure, blah, blah, blah. And we could have fabricated buys. Cool. It's easy to see after. In true life, it's not. So if we start to see confusion, if this is happening, we need to see pressure.
Yeah, well, hindsight is 20/20. So of course I'd say I'd buy, but if you went back in time before all that happened, I'd stay out. Just
very good. Well done.
Very should I continue or is that it?
That's it, man.
All right.
You're going too fast. I can't keep up with my lines. Let's get someone else.
All
right. Let's take somebody else. Okay. If you tell me how to pronounce your name.
Etrog.
So who's coming forward now?
Hey, Rox.
Okay.
Yeah.
Etrog, before you pick the next person.
Yeah.
Yes. I just wanted to know. You said to the other guy who was talking of trends. Pardon me, guys. My English is bad, but hopefully you'll be able to understand me. There's this guy who is 4 days into the course. He was talking of trends, but you told him not to use trends in strictly structure, right?
Yeah.
So, if it is strictly structure, what am I supposed to do? The first thing in the morning when I sit down to check on my charts before like taking a trade. Because even myself, I think I'm 7 days into the course. I finished the course and now I'm trying to come up with what can I say? I'm trying to implement what I've learned from the 5-day course, but
So
I'm finding it so hard.
The course is just your foundation. You now need to go and study the other content, the break and retest folders, the daily analysis, the vital content, the entries folders. That's going to help you to identify how you can implement the strategies in the market.
Oh, okay.
So have you moved on to the other content?
I'm now watching something to do with 4-hour trading, the 15-minute chart, 4-hour trading, the 1 hour.
Yeah, so that's the entries.
Oh, okay. So every morning when I go to my charts, I have to check the 2 candles, the 4-hour candles, 2 4-hour candles, to determine my bias, either buy or sell.
How we're doing it now is how you're going to read the markets and then decide whether you're going to take sells, whether you're going to take buys, or whether you're going to stay out of the markets.
Okay. All right. I'll ask more questions after I've gone through with the entries for them.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, so how do we pronounce your name, bro?
It's Amir.
Amir. Okay, Amir. So let's try this with you. How far are you in studying the content?
I'm on day 4.
Wow, so you're new as well. Okay.
Yeah. feel like I'm willing to give it a go. Cause
No, of course, man. Look what Carlos just done.
yeah, I'm in a library now, so
You're in the library now.
yeah, in the university.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like yeah, I have different like time zones, so it's hard to get in calls.
No problem. All right. Well, let's get this cracking then. Start from this side for me.
Okay, so we see prices ranging. We see a new structure high,
Correct.
and then it falls through that current structure.
Indicating
Bearish trend.
bearish.
Yeah, you see that. Yeah, bearish pressure.
Okay.
And then you see price. What phase is that? It's called I guess exhaustion phase.
Okay. So price exhaust.
And then you see price breaking structure high, previous
So
high.
wait. When price
And
pulls back, okay, and creates these kind of wicks in and around this area here, what bias are you on this market?
yeah, you're in a sell bias.
Correct. So once price attempts to push up,
Yeah.
okay, and then we see it fail, are you buy bias because this is a bull candle?
No, I'm still sell.
Okay, so what do you need price?
Because I need price to break that structure
And
with
make
a strong 4-hour candle and making a new high.
this one here, make a new lower low if we're sell bias.
Oh no! I thought we were talking about buy. Yeah, sell buys.
No, we're here. So when price pulls back to this major level, we need a lower low of this structure. Okay.
All right.
All right. Now, what happens? Did we get the lower low of this structure?
No, we didn't. It was respecting the resistance line.
This here is resistance or support?
That's the support below.
Okay. Fine. So now that price is not breaking the low, do we start to look for buys now?
No.
Okay. Are we looking for sells now at this level again?
No, because we still don't. It's not evident enough.
Correct.
To go into the trade.
Fine. The only time we're going to take a sell from here is if we get a strong rejection, and then on the lower time frame, price starts to do this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fine.
Gotcha.
Now, continue.
So then you see structure break, and it goes back to previous levels.
Okay, so we have a break above structure indicating what pressure in the market?
We have an indication of a bull pressure.
Good. So now, are we looking for buys now, or what do we need to happen?
We need the second candle formation, at least 1 hour in, correct?
So we need price, just keeping it simple, we need price to break structure, then we need price to come back to retest structure or make a new higher low to buy. Or a potential double bottom to buy.
Gotcha.
Okay, so now, once we have this bull pressure, what are we waiting for?
We're waiting for price to retest.
Or make a
new higher low.
Very good. So say we got 8 hours worth of information here. Can we look for a buy?
If we have 8 hours of information worth there, yes, you can look for a buy.
And because this is a 4-hour candle, if we start seeing this market pushing up, potentially on the 50-minute time frame, it will look like this.
Yeah.
So we look for the high-low formations within this 4-hour candle. After this candle's closed, what starts to happen to price action?
You see prices failing to break structure.
Correct.
So that also indicates selling pressure.
Very good. Now, are we buy bias or sell bias at this moment in time?
We're unsure right now.
So we need to wait for what to happen?
We need to wait for a fall through the support line.
Yeah.
A new lower low.
Okay, so a break above or a break below and a strong close. Okay, after this
Mm-hmm.
closed and broken below this level,
Yeah.
waiting for what? From this candle.
Retest.
Very good. Did we get a retest?
Yes, we did.
Or did price?
From the second candle?
Yeah, this one here.
Oh, price. Oh, yeah, price came back to original levels.
Very good. So price right now is, this is indecision. So price is still doing what?
Price is still ranging.
Very good. Then we had what happened?
And then we have a strong break with a bearish candle, indicating sell pressure.
Good. And then once it's indicating sell pressure, we're looking for price to come back to the previous high to make what?
To make a previous. So yeah, price has to come back to make a new higher. Wait.
So if this is the level here, and look for price to come back to make a what?
Oh, a double top.
Very good. Or a,
I don't know.
this is a high. This is the low.
Uh-huh.
This is a pullback. If it doesn't come back for a double top, it can make a lower high.
Lower high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Once we get the wick rejections, can we start to look for sells?
Yes, because yeah, those long wicks indicate reversal.
I don't know how to stop it. Anyway, give it a second.
Yeah.
Listen. Don't tell Chris I won that, man. Let's go. Move on to the lower high.
All right. Yeah, so we get a lower. That's a lower high.
Very good.
And then you see price in a push phase.
Okay, good. We expect price to make what of the previous structure?
Higher low.
So if we're in this, if we're now broken, so let's clear it up. If we've broken the previous structure, indicating sell pressure, we now have a lower high of the previous structural high. We're now looking for price to make a new.
A new lower low.
Very good. Now, did that happen?
No. Price respected structure level.
Okay, are we buying now?
Yeah, long wicks indicate price reversal, so we would wait a little.
Good for what?
And wait for price to break structure level. Previous.
Okay, so we can wait for price to break this level, or we can wait for price to push to give us a higher low of this previous level, and then look for a potential.
And then look for buy.
Okay, fine. So once price came back to this level, what kind of reaction did we get?
We still got I guess indecision, because you see those candles are ranging there, and then it pushes up.
Yeah, fine, but we have what pressure in the market?
Based on that long wick and closing, a sell pressure.
Very good. But what structure are we in the market at the moment?
Right now we're on an uptrend.
Buy bias. Okay. So to indicate continued buy bias pressure, we need price to pull back to do what? Make a
new lower high.
Higher low. Okay.
Higher low. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. So we're looking at the market structure like this right now. So we now need price to give us evidence information for a buy. Now, once price has made a higher low, even if we didn't get a buy here, we need price to make what for continued buys?
We need price to continue breaking previous high.
Very good. Okay. And then we can look for what now after we have continued bullish pressure?
Now we're evident enough to, I guess after that second closing candle, we're evident enough to go in for a buy, because you see a long wick to the downside.
Very good. And then what we'll do is we go down to our lower time frames. We check where the direction of this market is going. Okay. Now we have this bullish pressure from that candle.
Yeah.
Now we're looking for structure to change to give us higher low formations until the formations of the other pair on the 4 hour changes. Okay. So something like this.
Yeah.
Like this. Okay. And then you continue to do that all the way up, all the way up, all the way up until price starts to change direction again. And then what you do is you go to your 4 hour time frame and then, oops. And then you start to look for what the 4 hour candles are doing. Now, so I know it's a lot to take in, but does this make sense just a little bit? Are you getting a little bit of just?
Yeah, it does make sense. Because like before this, what I learned, I think this, well, like learning structure impacted like my trading more.
Yeah. What were you trading before?
What was I trading before?
Yeah.
I was doing trendline, like indicators. It was I didn't like it. It wasn't a reliable analysis.
Yeah. Okay. Well, continue with the course material and that and the trade material. And if you have questions, come to me. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All
So
right.
is there like anything like that I need to touch up on,
Well,
or just like keep
I just think if you want the truth, just keep doing it. Keep watching the material to help you understand definitely the daily analysis videos, and you just become a bit more confident doing it. I just think there's just a little bit lack of knowledge. You've got the basics. We just need to move you to the next level.
All right, thank you, Rox. Appreciate it.
Okay. So, guys, ladies, got the gist of doing this now, okay? We went into a lot of detail more than we have done before. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's helpful for you. And next week, we'll do the 1 hour candle thing. And I'll illustrate it to you all properly. I do this on my personal one-to-ones. It's not something that I use. It's an exercise that I use on my personal one-to-ones. But it's very powerful. Once you get the gist of it, then combined with everything else, you should be on your way, okay? Today's Thursday, so I will be around tomorrow, but not in the chat. But well done for this week. Been a slow week for me personally. I've seen you guys are smashing it, so keep it up. And I'll catch you tomorrow and over the weekend, all right?
Rox, are you doing a session tomorrow?
No, not Fridays.
All right, cool. No worries.
No problem. Take care, everyone.
Take care, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.